What is the project title? What is the time frame? We said maximum can be 12 months, but you can say 6, 9. I would suggest, and in discussion with my technical advisory committee, always go for at least 1 or 2 months less than we require, than is the maximum. If it's something slips, you still have room to do things, so we won't be able to give you an extension, because be aware that every call for proposal is determined by requirements of the donor. So sometimes projects will be longer than 12 because donor will allow to have longer projects. This because our donors for this call are Caribbean Biodiversity Fund, German Development Bank, and Global Affairs Canada. So maximum is 12 months. We won't be able to extend projects. So take it really seriously. Rather plan it 9 months and then accomplish in 12. Don't plan 12 because you won't accomplish, you might be in a problem, and then everybody wants successful projects. We want successful projects so we are able to leverage more money and satisfy our donors. So please have that in mind. You will specify the type of your organization and year the organization is established. Okay, online participants can see our screen. Give me just a second. We'll share from here. Short name, project title, project time frame, type of organization, year organization established, your address, number of staff members, very important. Number of bank account signatories, very important. Remember what we said at the official ceremony? We want organizations that have an active bank account and at least 2 signatories. It's with purpose. So we really care about sustainability of the project, we have 4 signatories as a DNCTF, okay? So it's very important that organization has more people who can sign in case anything happens. It's very important for the project that you don't depend on one person. It's not a one-man show. So in case you have 1 signature, don't be discouraged. You still can do it. You have enough time to sit with your team, to agree, and to go to the bank to add more signatures. So it's not something that should really frighten you. In case your organization that doesn't have more than 1, think of it as an improvement of your organization, of your process, of your business process. Don't do it only because of us and our proposal, but do it because you understand it gives you more flexibility and gives you more transparency of the decision making. So minimum 2 signatures required. That's why we want to know on this template how many you have. So what is your purpose and mission and vision? And what are main focus of activities you want to undertake with the project? So is it conservation, environmental management, protected areas management, sustainable development, livelihoods creation, climate change, adaptation or mitigation, institutional strengthening, policy regulation, public awareness outreach, or other, you can specify. We also want to know how do you see a contribution of your project to these important international and national strategies and plans. In particular, NBSAP, National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, Dominica, Global Biodiversity Framework, 30 by 30, Dominica National Resilience Development Strategy, 2030, Dominica Climate Resilience and Recovery Plan, 2020 to 2030, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Short, the box is intended not to be bigger than that, because this is the template. Later in the description, in the descriptive part, you will have more space to elaborate. But just let us know here how your project contributes for any of these strategies or plans. Do you have a website? Who is the contact person, and what is their position and their contact? And then that's it. That's as short as it can be. So that's a brief information of your project. I hope you will agree it's very easy. It's very simple. The second thing, which is the project description, is a narrative part. There you will explain us more about your project, okay? Please be aware, no more than 5 pages, okay? So whatever we ask you there, it's enough to be written in maximum 5 pages. So we will be very, look out for projects that are sending us 20 pages. It's not something that we wanna concise projects. These are small grants, so we don't talk about $300,000 US for one project. So these are maximum 30,000 projects, and we believe that in maximum 5 pages you can give us all the information we ask you for. So these are we gave you here the list of questions or thoughts you should follow when you write your proposal. So what is the background? Please describe us what is the problem or need you wish to address, and why you wish to address that problem with the project. What are the causes of the environmental or conservation problem, and how you identified it. Then you go you give us more information about the project. So what is the geographical scope? What is the thematic areas? What are the main goals and expected outcomes? How this project will contribute to our objectives as the NCTF? How this project will contribute to SDGs. So this is now more elaboration on what you said you will contribute to. What are the likely activities you will implement to address the problem or need or opportunity you have identified? Provide short description of each activity and how they will contribute to the achievement of the goal. And then log frame, which is also given as a template, a little down. So in the description of your organization, we just want few information, but basically that's some of them you already put in the template. So date established, what is your vision and mission, what are your goals and objectives, number of members if you have a membership, and number of staff. Then this next section are partners. Will there be any agencies involved in providing financing or technical assistance to the project? Who are the partners and what type of assistance they will be providing? I'll just stop for a second on this one, that if you propose and if you have partners on your project, then we won't ask you for that in this stage, but for the future, in terms of if you will be selected for the full proposal, then we will ask you, of course, for some endorsement letters. So it's good to already think of it. I mean, there will be enough time, but when you prepare something, then you can also think ahead. So if there are project partners, you can already discuss with them, ask for them the endorsement letters or any kind of material that will confirm that you really partner on the project. We want to ask you, but you can start to prepare yourself. So in case your project is selected, so basically you already ready to submit a full proposal. Who are the partners and what type of assistance they will be providing? So next section is management structure. Who's responsible for managing, including reporting and monitoring and evaluation, and who is responsible for financial management. Very important. Short, but very important. That we want to see who is in your team, so that we can be, let's say, sure that the management structure is solid. And of course, the most important information, what is the estimated cost? So we'll ask you for amount in Eastern Caribbean dollars and US. We report to our donors in US, that's why a call is in US. But of course the local currency is the Eastern Caribbean dollar, so we will just recalculate to US. So what's the estimated budget? Where is secure in-kind or matching financing or cost-sharing arrangement for the project? And which activities will this matching funding will be used for? And that's it. So these are, let's say, I would say that will help you to write the descriptive part. So when you answer to all these questions, basically you already wrote it. Of course, structure it nicely, but we don't think that should be more than 5 pages, not even 5. But it's up to you. Depends how old is your organization. Of course, if it's the organization older, you will have more to give us in terms of track records and your previous projects. But please, not more than 5. And then you have the log frame. It's I guess most of you are used to the log frame. It's very simple. Again, what is the overall objective? What are specific objectives? What are expected results? And what are activities? Of course, you would have to give us some verifiable indicators how you're going to measure it and where we can validate your data. So what will be the sources of verification, and is there any risks or important assumptions for the project that you want to share with us? So basically, that's the end. That's the template for concept notes. As I said before, I can go back to the presentation. So basically, from this day, that's the official call is open. From that day, when we finish our session, everybody will be able to find our all the documents on our website. So I'll just go back to the presentation. So we went through the concept notes template. Yeah, and then we like to say the Holy Bible of this is a grant making framework. That's the Bible for our grant making process. So grant making framework is not an exhaustive document. It's like 40 pages document. However, more than a half of these 40 pages are templates. Okay, so there is a template for concept notes. There is a template for full proposal. There is a scoring sheet, so you can see how we're gonna evaluate you. Okay, so everything. I would really suggest every one of you read first the grant making framework. Of course, we answer questions here, whatever has to be answered. But before sending us your question, because you see questions about application can be sent to our email latest by March 24th. So any question you can send us in next 10 days. We will answer or publish these answers on our website under frequently asked questions. But before you ask question, consult the grant making framework, because like 90% of chance is that your question is already answered in the framework, okay? It's not that we won't answer you, but I think that's very important every one of you read the grant making framework. It will help you with your project proposal. And then at the end, there is 11 annexes. So you have even that second leg of the full proposal, which we'll discuss with you when time comes. But you can already see there. So you can know how we're gonna, what are the criteria, how we're gonna score. There are scoring sheets, everything. So we're very transparent. So there's nothing hidden. You know, I mean, everything has to be very transparent, very clear, very to the point. So you have grant making framework. You have ability to send a question in a written form. Email is enough, but I don't have a problem if you call me. But be mindful that everybody have to know. So nobody can have any advantageous position. So whoever asks a question will be published for everyone. Okay? So that's it. And all our documents, all these documents are available on the dnctf.org/grant-application-process. So all these documents, templates, you'll find there. And anything, you have still email and phone number, you can call, ask, but I would suggest you do it in written form for more transparency. Okay. It's time for questions. We have any questions online? Brendan?
Yeah, I wanted to know the address, but I sent it to them. For the
email address, right?
Email address.
Ah, okay.
And the website, so I sent it.
Great. Okay, thank you. Must be at least one. Okay.
Very straightforward.
Very
Yes, there's a
straightforward.
question on Zoom. It's on the computer back there. So the computer back there.
Yeah, somebody else put it online.
On the laptop.
Can you write it in the chat box? Because we can't hear you properly. Because
Is it Zoom?
it's you get it. Okay, so in the room, no questions. Everything is
I do
clear.
have a question, actually.
Okay, great. Let me give you the mic so they can hear also.
Thank you. So, what is the